president of Porfirio Gonzales Elementary School, JAG, in Tolleson, Arizona. I stand before you this evening to talk to you about my incredible experience at the JAG NCDC. The JAG NCDC was a gathering like no other, bringing together students, educators, and employers from across the country. I actually experienced my first tornado watch. What an experience I had. We were between our hotel and the destination we were supposed to be at for the opening ceremony, and we all made a decision to make a run for it. The tornado reminded me that with each challenge we face in life, we will count on each other, collaborate, and make sure we all work together through it. The opening ceremony was like a giant pep rally between all the states, seeing who could be the loudest, and of course, Arizona won. The breakout sessions were really powerful and helped me plan additional steps on furthering my career to become a teacher. Preparing for my competition, it was nerve-wracking. Towards the end, I became motivated and confident that I had a good chance to win employability skills competition. We also got to go to the baseball game, which was cold, but fun to watch and talk with other JAG members. We went to the Arch, which I wasn't a big fan of, going in a little tiny pod, but what an experience I had. During the award ceremony, it was amazing to see all the Arizona cheering for everyone, especially when Arizona won. The best part of the award ceremony for me was when I actually won first place for employability skills nationally. I want to thank my parents for supporting me in attending the NCDC, Mr. Govea and Ms. Cross for their amazing support, my amazing principals, Mr. De La Reta and Ms. Ortega, Mr. Munoz and Sergeant Gaetan for helping me practice interviewing, the staff at my school, Tolleson Elementary School District for purchasing several items before and during the trip, and last but certainly not least, I would like to thank JAG for giving me this amazing experience that I got to have and cherish, which I got to have and cherish for the years to come for my future. Thank you.
My name is Rachel Segovia, one of the proud JAG coordinators at Porfirio H. Gonzales Elementary School in Tolleson. I'm here to talk with you about my experience at the NCDC. Our adventure began when we said goodbye to our parents at the school and the airport. I knew some of the students hadn't been on the plane before, but I didn't think to tell them how to find their seat. We found out on the plane that they screamed back at me, "How do I find my seat?" So I had to yell back, "Look up." They eventually figured it out and got their seats on the plane. Needless to say, that was the beginning of our adventure together. Once we got to Missouri, the students began to get to know their roommates, unpack their clothes, we ate dinner together, and after a long day of traveling, they all stayed up until midnight. We had lots of laughs and some tears on the trip. I learned a lot about each of them. And I am so proud of them. I am extremely impressed with the amount of growth they all made during the few moments we had together, the 5 days. Even my adopted children over there that we picked up along the way, along with a few others, they all made such an extreme improvement from the time we got there till the time we left. When we got there, they wouldn't leave my side, and then by the time we left, I couldn't find them. Not really, I knew where they were. I didn't know where they were at all times. But they got out of their comfort zone and they were able to meet other people. All of you that are sitting here, you helped make their trip fantastic. All of the students, the staff members, everywhere I went, people were telling me how great our middle school students were. And that was awesome. So I would like to thank my principals for allowing me to attend the conference. Tolleson Tolleson Elementary School District staff and governing board for their support during and after the trip. JAG for giving our middle school students an opportunity of a lifetime and allowing them to compete. All the coordinators and students who mentored and empowered all of my students. And last but not least, thank you to my students' parents for entrusting me with your child for 5 days. It was a long 5 days. I have recovered, but thank you. They are amazing young ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot wait to see what they do in the future.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to stand before you today and share my speech. I want to share my deepest gratitude to JAG and all those who have supported me on this incredible journey. It's through their unwavering belief in me and the opportunities provided by this organization that I stand here today. There's a memory I have so vividly at 4 years old, riding my bike with my older brother on the driveway. We saw time for hours until a truck would suddenly pass by, and in that instant, my brother would begin to cry as he believed so strongly that the man in the truck was my father. I would spend days comforting my own brother because of this, but despite my attempts, he continued to sob. This moment defined my role. My name is Gonzales Lopez, and I'm a 16-year-old junior at West Point High School's multi-year JAG program. This year, I went through a lot of unfamiliar feeling strayed, forward to the reflection in the mirror. I was brought back December 14th of 2022 when I lost someone very dear to me. He was a teacher of mine since I was 8, and someone I saw as a father. This space he filled with nothing but love and compassion, and he introduced me to the power music carries. I still remember being in school and receiving the message. How the week prior I oversaw gathering former students for his birthday video. Little did we know, it was also his goodbye. I was brought back to the SAR once more when my JAG coordinator had to leave on November 7th of this year for a major surgery. Before, I swallowed a pit in my throat. I pushed away all the grievance and wrote endlessly when I laid at home. But this time, all the tears I had pent up came flooding. My steps were now haunted with despair, and my mind echoed with the thought of losing another mentor. I kept thinking of the past, how on January 14th of 2023, an exact month after the passing, former and present students, teachers who retired or taught at different locations, were all gathered again in the same school, trying to smile while crying, catching up with the ones you haven't seen in so long, fearing now you'll lose them too. I was lost and without guidance, foreseeing that one day this would be my new normal, that I may not always have someone to count on. I began to ponder about new questions. I pictured life after high school. I started to worry and see time as a villain. I asked adults around me about the process and fears they've encountered, the impact of transition from school to the working world. I felt I would amount to nothing in my lifetime, and my motivation disappeared. I thought of aging, my career, and the life I pursue, how a career in music or politics felt impossible, and I may be on a never-ending path of disappointment and rejection. I wrote a poem on the 14th, asking how must I age as a woman. I pictured an older version of myself eating at a restaurant alone, missing those who sat on the other side. I then thought of the people who are currently around me, and it was then that I realized I get to choose the people who are close to me. I get to depict my future. For the first time in so long, I looked back instead of fixating on the past. I thought back to school and my family, how school always came to me as second nature, and I stood up to both of my families because of this. The pressure came forward, and college was the word I've heard since I knew to read, and a path I pictured myself walking since I've entered school. I told my father my dreams to become a singer, author, historian, and so many careers that I thought that aligned with my passions. No, 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 and no. No would become a sentence I would grow so used to. They felt I had wasted my mind, but the people who did know me felt I was wasting my effort. My dreams slipped from my grasp, and it felt as an internal battle amongst myself, to follow my heart or the heart of the adults around me. I thought back to the one person I knew who wanted my success. My past mentor made me feel heard and served as the father figure I lacked. Every single day, I wish for him to see the opportunities and accomplishments that Jobs for America's graduates has granted me. I know he would cherish this program as much as I do, and every day he continues to cheer me on as he watches me grow. JAG has brought me closer to the dreams I've long forgotten. As a young girl, I remember stating that I wish to share my writing with the world, but never did I imagine to share my voice. JAG made this possible as an encouraging outlet that shapes you into your best self. It allows for students to connect to guest speakers, visit their future colleges, and execute their own projects. I know I speak for many when I say that JAG has been the greatest branch to lean on. It's taught me that time can be seen as an enemy, It will not stop you. It does not matter your age, if you believe you're too old to start a new journey or too young to be taken seriously. When you find what you love to do, the stars are only stepping stones to your greater goal. Now what I request of you today is to reflect back on the dreams you have once rejected and ask yourself why. If you have a dream, start today. Refrain from limiting yourself and embrace the unknown. My name is Gonzales Lopez, and I thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Katrina Harrell, and Andrew is my son. I had the awesome opportunity of attending the NCDC conference. I had an opportunity to really learn what JAG was about, and it was awesome. I think I heard Shy telling Trinetta that I drank the JAG juice. I drank the JAG juice when she was there because I am so pro-JAG. I think every school needs it. I think every organization needs to be involved with helping our kids become better. At the award ceremony, I feel like I geeked out when I saw they were getting awards for employability skills. As someone who hires professionals, it is hard to find individuals with employability skills. So the skills that your kids are getting in JAG are amazing. And then public speaking awards, I took pictures of the awards and I sent them to my friends who are along the level of me, and they kind of geek out about this stuff. So I was excited, and I'm still excited. I'm going to be promoting JAG as much as I possibly can. If you are a parent, I encourage you to get involved with your kids' JAG program. Stay as much as they will allow you to, because right, the kids are, this is a kid-ran organization, but it was an awesome opportunity to get to experience your kids excel, right, and present with such excellence, like such confidence. And I mean, they're preparing them for the future, and I don't think there is a program in high school that's like JAG. So I appreciate you guys for inviting me and allowing me to go along this journey and see what my son is in for next year. And I'm actually looking, hopefully I can tag along with some of the other tricks. Just let me know, I'll be prepared. But parents, if you can get involved, I definitely encourage you to get involved.